Good evening, folks, and welcome to Toys on Trial, the show where we eviscerate the time-honored plastic of our youth, one questionable design at a time. I am one half of your hosting team, Rod Fletcher.
God, are we on?
We're on.
Oh, and for shame, I'm here to pour shame on everything we talk about this evening. I am, of course, Michael Browood.
Oh, lovely. Nice to meet you, Mike. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen you before. We've done shows together.
Yes, quite possibly.
Yes.
Yes, and welcome to the season finale for Series 2 of Toys on Trial.
I can't believe we're here already.
I can't believe we're here anyway. They said we wouldn't get through one episode without, going after one another with a rubber chicken.
But who's laughing now? Crime Stoppers.
Still him.
Anyway, yes, Judge Simon LeBonc presiding. Now, you have reached our season finale show, folks. Tonight is the night where we crown the worst of the worst. What have we looked at this season so far? We have looked at dinosaur toys. We have looked at wrestling.
Disney. We've looked at Marvel and DC.
We've even looked at board games.
We did.
That
was a fun episode. I like that one.
We looked at a host of different stuff from last season, but tonight we are going through the worst of the worst. And the worst of the worst gets what, Michael?
The worst of the worst, of course, is awarded the coveted Golden Rammy.
Now, if you've not tuned into us before, the Golden Rammy is our wooden spoon award. The worst toy we have covered this season absolutely gets the Golden Rammy.
I love that this still works.
I love that it still works too, despite all the coats and coats of gold paint.
This is a 40-year-old toy. It's been painted gold. Action feature still works.
Yep. Indeed. Lovely.
Pretty impressed.
Excellent. But aside from that, that's where basically Rammy's virtue begins and ends. After all, as Master of the Universe figures go, there wasn't really much to him. Can't put him in a vehicle. Can't really have him in fights. But we love him nonetheless.
You could coat him with slime though.
We could.
Maybe that's what we should do for season 3. The slimy Rammy.
Mind you, everything we've looked at this season so far is more or less slime-coated enough. We have looked at some shocking stuff.
The worst of the worst gets sold for even more for being notorious. How many offers have you had on the Golden Rammy so far, Aaron? I know Chad was saying earlier that a few people have expressed interest in buying the Rammy.
Context, we're coming to you live from Aaron's Collectibles, and Aaron's Collectibles is where the Golden Rammy lives. Now, apparently, it gets...
Gets quite a lot of interest, yeah.
Gets a lot of interest.
5 or 6. Oh, jeez.
5 or 6, wonderful.
Yeah. Maybe we should build a bit of a side business on this. Spray paint beta Masters of the Universe figures gold and hand them out for trophies things for being really terrible.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right.
But before we get into the nuts and bolts on the Hall of Shame, as we like to put it, we are going to, on a positive note, go through our Hall of Fame. Well, we've come across
Exhibit A first.
Exhibit A first, yes, of course. Just laying out the
Aaron's Collectibles 1-3 Main Street, Blackburn. Nice.
Very good. Now, Mike is absolutely right. First, we have Exhibit A to get through. Exhibit A is our version of Show and Tell. If you've picked up something yourself this week, please let us know in the comments. And we would love to hear from you. If you're watching this, chances are you're a toy collector, or at very least a comic collector.
Otherwise, why would you be watching this?
Yes.
I mean, I know I'm gorgeous, but you can't see my butt down here.
He's got you there, folks. So that leaves toy collectors. Okay. So, Mike, we'll start off with you.
Upstairs, you used to be able to get the Golden Rio Blast and the coveted Golden Fisto.
And on that,
massage parlor upstairs, isn't there?
Yes. On that note, we've just entered a different time slot.
And this is the happy ending for season 2.
Oh, this just gets worse and worse with the puns and honestly. Mike, what is your Exhibit A for the week?
Well, I actually have a couple of Exhibit A's this week.
Oh, and I believe it's something different. Nothing from the toy line that shall not be named.
Well, I mean, I managed to pick this guy up from Kmart for a tasty $15. This is, of course, a Wheeljack from Transformers.
And it looks rather vintage-esque.
Yeah, And that's the beauty of it. It's like a very vintagey transformation, but it's a new toy.
Yeah.
And look, the detail, the articulation, fantastic.
Side note: Mike actually transformed this in front of me before we were getting ready for the show, and the transformation is well, it's something we've not seen in a while. Thankfully, it was much more a vintage style transformation. See, those of you who may remember the old Transformers, they were a dream to transform, and then it got really, really complicated.
But you can't even say they transform now. You've got to say they convert.
They convert.
Yeah. Reason being, as I understand it, Hasbro found themselves unable to trademark the word Transformers if they use transform to describe what they do. Because otherwise you could really just use transform as a verb, and then, you know, any figure that changed into a robot or changed into anything else could be described as a transformer. Anyway, that's enough wanking on from me for the next 5 minutes.
No, let it not be said. This is a learning.
We're here to educate as well as entertain. Yeah.
Yes, this if I may, this Wheeljack is fantastic. Yes, I saw it. Very simple transformation, and the vintage aesthetic is pretty much dead on.
But
so
check the articulation too.
We're seeing a return to form here.
Swivels and bends at the elbows. You've got swivels at the wrist, waist swivel, swivels and bends at the hip there, 90-degree bend at the knee, ankle rockers. Like, it's really an example of a vintage styled toy done right, in my opinion.
And you said what, $16 it came out?
15.
15. Okay.
The Kingdom stock's on clearance at the moment.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well worth the money, I think. That's a great catch.
Yeah.
Now, I believe you mentioned something else.
Well, yes. I mean, again, from the toy line that may not be named, we do, of course, have here the 40th anniversary He-Man.
Now, I must confess, folks, this is a gorgeous figure. Look at that. The epitome of old meets new.
Absolutely. And look, it's really, Monsterverse has been a bit hit and miss over the time that it's been going, but I really think they did this right. And honestly, likeness-wise and even proportion-wise, I think it beats the classics.
I agree. Now, this is a one-and-done figure, folks. It's just basically a happy birthday, happy 40th birthday, He-Man. You don't look a day over 39.
I think they are doing a Skeletor as well.
Oh, great. That's all I need to hear.
That's all your wallet needed here.
Well, exactly, yeah. I stand corrected. I thought this was a one-and-done figure. Seems like it would be.
Look at that painting on the back. That's magnificent. Interestingly,
this has not turned up in stores yet in Australia, though you can get it online on the Big W website for a lazy $28.
$28. They currently have a 20% off all toys sale. Jump on bigw.com.au and grab one. We are not being paid by Big W or Mattel to shill these products, but we really should be.
But nevertheless, some solid gets this week, Mike.
I thought so. How about yourself, Rod?
My entry was actually the Comic Persuasion. Now, here is a one-shot. If you don't know what a one-shot is, folks, it's a single issue, but a fully self-contained story. Think a graphic novel, but smaller. Now, this is Batman One Bad Day. Two-Face. Now, I'll give you some context here. This is the second part of what's going to be a series. One Bad Day is a series that DC are currently publishing. So far, they've done a Riddler one-shot, One Bad Day, and let me tell you, that was...
So it's essentially the origin story, is it? It's essentially how the villain had their one bad day, and...
The concept of all we are is one bad day from total anarchy and chaos.
Yeah.
Now, I read the Riddler one last month, and it was phenomenal. Two-Face was also very good. I've just read it recently. Still prefer the Riddler one slightly, but well worth the pickup as well. So yeah, this was about $16.
So basically an expansion of the Killing Joke concept.
Indeed. And they're going to be covering other villains as well. So we will be getting to Joker, Penguin, and I think even Harley.
Nice.
And so forth.
We are also not being paid by Time Warner or DC Comics. Yeah, we really are going to... How can Batman have 3 one bad days?
I'm sure Batman has had many, many bad days.
My parents are dead!
Especially that bad day. That was more a bad night.
Well, did you see that greeting card a while back? Even Batman listens to his mother. I'm like...
That was not
Phil. On the nose.
You know what? I wish I'd known about that sooner. That might have been a contender on this show.
A little bit tone deaf, yeah.
Yeah, we should have a birthday card section.
Well, I mean, there's the To the World's Greatest Dad one that has Kylo Ren on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not kidding. That was a Father's Day card.
Absolutely.
The year Force Awakens came out.
Oh boy. Yeah, they really thought that through, guys.
The Beatles had 8 days a week. Yes, they did.
Indeed.
Yes, they did.
Well, that is our Exhibit A, folks. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter before we get to our ghastly...
Nice one, Sarah.
Harley's bad day. You got this crazy new
Right,
kind
kind
of
of
cute, though.
Yeah.
And that's how she met the Joker.
Yeah.
Before we get into the ghastly Hall of Shame,
Ooh.
we're all just talking about it. We are going into the Hall of Fame because in our studies and our journeys this season, we came across some legit great toys. So it's about time we call those out.
Yeah, we haven't actually done a bomb this entire season.
A bomb?
Now the bomb, the bonk, of course, is for the terrible toys. The bomb. Oh, there goes Woody.
There goes Woody.
Well, I mean, it serves you right for getting Woody out during the show. Hi,
kids. You're live, by the way.
The bomb is for the excellent toys. The bomb, of course, is.
Oh, like this?
Yes.
Did I do that right?
Yes, you did. I mean, it was from last.
Oh, yes. The bomb. So we have the bonk and the bomb.
Indeed. Kaboom. So our first inductee into the Toys on Trial Hall of Fame, which I actually wrote on my Facebook as the TOT Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know if you type TOT into a Facebook post, you get a crying face emoji?
Oh, that's pretty on brand for us, I think.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Take it away, boss.
Two sad nerds talking toys.
Now, our Hall of Fame begins with
our
this
first
masterpiece.
inductee into the Toys on Trial Hall of Fame. It's an excellent figure. Well, it's an excellent several figures, actually. We have the Dino Riders Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now look at this thing. You've got giant T-Rex, pretty accurate to what we understood the Tyrannosaurus Rex to look like at the time.
1987, I believe.
1987, yeah, kind of been superseded by now with recent scientific discoveries, but pretty on brand. You know, the arms are right, tiny little arms. You've got motorized walking action there, which is just amazing.
Yep.
You've got, and you know, I wasn't around 65 million years ago, but I believe a friend of ours was.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Hello, lovelies. Oh,
Yeah.
What are you looking at there?
We're gonna take that off the screen now, so we can actually see you, Klaus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yes. Tell me, Klaus. Was this much of a thing 65 million years ago? Wandering around with giant weapon systems strapped to you?
No, not so much. No. This predates politics, you see, and gun legislation, Second Amendment, and all that jazz. Yes.
Well, I mean, it wasn't so much that as really predates war as a concept. Oh, there goes Woody again.
No, you'd think, wouldn't you? Yes.
I mean,
it was
you guys were pretty much more about what you could eat.
Yes. Buffets. I'm quite the food connoisseur. So.
Yes.
Speaking of, do you like my attire? I thought I'd dress up for the evening. This is an award show, isn't it?
Looking very dapper, Klaus.
Oh, thank you.
I heard the dinosaurs were a peace-loving gang. Would have been right at home at Woodstock. Did you go to Woodstock, Klaus?
Oh, no. Too freaky for me, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Slip right through it.
Wouldn't have taken the brown acid?
No, not for me. Not for me.
And tell me, Klaus, are you going to sing us the song of your people tonight?
The song of my people. Oh, I suppose you think it's let me guess.
Boom, boom, aka-laka-laka, boom, 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 aka-laka, boom, boom.
I'll have you know, that's a harmful stereotype, sir.
What came first, the dinosaurs or the war tech? Well, according to Klaus, the dinosaurs.
Oh, yes.
What came first, the dinosaurs or the boat tech?
We did. Yes, that Walk the Dinosaur song is not the song of my people, and I'm sick of hearing it as much. Like you white people. I don't go around saying, "Oh, Mr. Brightside by the Killers is the greatest thing ever," and all white people like that. I mean, it's true, but I don't say it, do I? So let's just, let's be real.
Shall we move on?
Yes, move on. Yes, thank you.
And thank you for joining us again this season, Klaus. You've been a delight.
Oh, thank you. I'll be around, I'm sure. Yes. I want to see the ending, you see. Who wins the trashiest of trash? The golden... What? I'll shut up now. Later, boys.
Moving on.
Okay, so yes, the Dino Riders T-Rex, amazing toy. Now, if you had this as a kid, let me tell you, you were the envy of every other kid. I know, because I was the other kid that didn't have it. And it was great scale to the figures.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah, it had everything right. It was like a vehicle.
If anything, it was too big.
Yeah.
When you consider the size of there's a Tarbosaurus right now in the Melbourne Museum. which is probably about 10 feet tall.
Oh,
Give or take.
oh.
Yeah, so if anything, that T-Rex was actually too big.
Value for money. Value for money. It looked like a playset. It looked like a vehicle. It was a beast.
Does Klaus like Johann Strauss's Die Fledermaus? I think it's grouse.
Oh, I love that. Klaus, you around? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll show that comment to Klaus later.
Yeah, he's tucking into a yak back there. How he got it under the table, I've got no bloody idea.
Oh, I don't know. He just we found him one day, and there he's just been glomming onto us ever since.
Riding coattails, as one does.
Riding coattails, indeed.
Yeah.
Now, what else is? So
we have the Truckosaurus at the Thunderdome.
We have our first inductee into the Hall of Fame, which was the wonderful Dino Riders T-Rex. If you had it, I'm jealous as hell.
So our second inductee. Yeah,
what's the thing we're doing?
Bomb.
All right.
So second inductee into the Hall of Fame this year. Backend, if you would care to run the second video, please.
There's a video? Ooh, I love videos. Take it away, Bob.
Boys are up to introducing WWF Wrestling Buddies. Wrestling Buddies from Tonka. Funk 'em, bop 'em. Wrestling Buddies are looking for action.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Nothing, Dad. Rocket!
Who do you think you are?
Dad, Hulk Hogan!
Wrestling Buddies want to be your buddy.
Henry, what's going on up there?
Nothing, dear.
WWF Wrestling Buddies, new from Tonka. Each sold separately.
So did you notice what I noticed there, Rod?
What's that?
How many children's bedrooms do you know that have wrestling ropes? Almost, not many.
Yeah, that's a bit worrying, actually. But I must say this, Mike. I was a hard sell on these originally. I thought, these are kind of silly. They're basically pillows. But you know what? On the other hand, has violence ever looked so wholesome?
Well, that is the question indeed. And, I mean, look at the range of these guys. You've got the Legion of Doom. You've got Mr. Perfect there. You've got a couple of Ted DiBiase's. You've got the Hulk who snuck in there somehow.
So, yeah, we branch out from WWF into
WCW there.
Into Marvel.
Was there an Andre the Giant? Let's see if we can see an Andre the Giant there.
I like to think there was.
I'm sure there would have been at some point. There's
a lot of huge range. And, yeah, again, if you need to,
surely there would have been an Andre the Giant.
If you need to be all violent and go to wrestling,
Wrestling Buddies say, don't tell your parents, kids.
Kind of a safe, wholesome way to do it. See,
what's going on in there? Nothing, dear.
No one's getting. See, Mike, no one's getting hurt with these.
No,
not like these things. These.
Oh God,
don't get me wrong. These are time-honored toys here. The classic LJN wrestlers, but these have got some weight to them.
Oh yeah,
throw this at a kid.
That kid's getting concussed.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's he got a number 2 printed on his butt? Moving on.
I could answer that.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley.
Indeed. Could answer that, I think, for a later time slot. But yeah, you throw that at a kid, he's getting at least a bit of a bruise. Those
look at that.
Those big wrestling warriors? Nah. Wrestling buddies, rather? Yeah.
I've never seen those. You've never seen the Wrestling Buddies or the giant ass dog toys? Are you sure it wasn't Dad's room with the ropes?
Oh.
Nice one, Gavin.
That just raises all sorts of other questions. Probably best not thought about on a family show.
We are indeed a family show, which is interesting considering they've got no host.
Wrestling Buddies, yep. I've got to say, I came around to them. They were a tough sell for me, but now I was like, yep.
You know what? That's a bomb from me.
They're wholesome. Let's do it.
Bomb.
Thank you.
Family show since when? Oh, that sounds like license to me.
Ooh. Now,
all right. Up next. Rod, do you want to introduce this one?
I will introduce one. This one, I cannot praise this enough. Well, aside from their inability to stand, our Hall of Fame entry for DC was, as you know, we covered DC in one of our episodes this season, but we have decided that the honor goes to the mighty Justice League Unlimited line. Now, this was a popular cartoon in the early 2000s, ran from around 2001 to 2003, and I wish we had some reference, but I can tell you that these reference to the cartoon, we do? Wonderful. Yeah. These were exactly what you saw on the celluloid, folks. Spared no detail whatsoever. If I can fault these at all, is that the design is inherently top heavy, and they do fall over quite easily. However, most of them do have the peg holes. So like Hawkgirl here, you can apply a action figure stand to them, and then you're laughing. But every one of these was insane.
If you check out what's about to come on the screen here too, look at that cast of characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just your Super Friends lineup of Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Flash, whatever. Like, could you see these? That's vibe.
Indeed.
That's effing vibe.
You could
Elongated Man, Dr. Fate, Booster Gold there, the Huntress, the Ray. I'm showing my Aztec.
Wildcat.
Yep.
Hawk and Dove, Vigilante, Shining Knight.
Shining Knight, Obsidian.
Yep.
You've pretty much got most of your members of the Underwear on the Outside Club there.
Absolutely. All in all, they produced about almost 200 different characters.
Pretty impressive.
This was a beast of a line. And when
ended up going web exclusive, didn't it?
It did go web exclusive. It eventually became Matty Collector.
Oh yeah.
Mattel, and that's we got some of the.
I thought we weren't allowed to swear on this show.
Oh right, yes. Well, sorry. And they were able to give us some characters of a different scale, like Solomon Grundy, Doomsday, Giganta, that kind of thing.
Now this is apparently still available at Walmart. This box that I'm bringing up now.
Lord. But yeah, these
peg holes, things that you can say when talking about toys that you can't say at a dinner party.
These were absolutely magic in terms of likeness and.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this one that I'm bringing up now, right? So you've got Mr. Terrific, who is probably a bit more of a part of the DCU now than he was some years ago, but you know, he's there. Supergirl, everyone loves Supergirl. I wonder how many people were able to collect them all. Take a guess, not many.
Not many. I actually got. I collected these for a time. I got maybe about 70 deep. Jeez. Before I had to call it quits.
You look at the cape there on Owlman. I believe that's the Android Owlman too.
But yeah, these were an insanely addictive line. Some of them are quite valuable, but most of them, thankfully, you can still get on the cheap, pretty much.
And for something that is basic, your 5 base POA being points of articulation.
Yeah. So head, shoulders, and of course the legs,
knees and toes.
Yeah. So yes, these were a modern classic. This line, I cannot praise them enough.
Honestly, yes, you can tell from the legs most of them don't stand up properly. Yeah, well, I mean, look at the feet. The feet are tiny.
See, I don't really blame the toys for that. I blame the animation.
Yeah, the design.
Because these were made exactly as they appear in the cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, no holds barred, absolutely, and you know they're all very sort of bodybuilder, sort of top heavy kind of.
One thing I'm pretty impressed with though is the capes here. You obviously can't really see them on see it that well. We're planning on having a little light box next season.
Yeah, they're kind of a silicon cape.
Yeah, and honestly, that's just satisfying.
It is. It feels nice to touch.
Yeah.
But yeah, our
anyway.
Hall of Fame inductee for DC is Justice League Unlimited line. It was fantastic. Boom.
Well.
Highly recommend collecting.
You know what they say about people with small feet? They buy small shoes.
Good save.
Thank you. All right. So up next, what do we got up next? Up next is something we didn't actually discuss that much on the Marvel episode, but whereas JLU was character selection and fairly basic figures. Our next inductee is Marvel Legends.
It had to be.
Yeah,
Marvel Legends started a good while ago, didn't it?
Well, it's actually interesting. It's a toy line that's spanned different manufacturers.
Yes.
Because, of course, it started out with Toy Biz, who ended up owning Marvel for a period.
Yep.
And then went to Hasbro. Now, the interesting thing, while Toy Biz still owned Marvel, they actually lost the Marvel Master Toy license. I'm not quite sure how that happened.
Oh, dear.
So you had Toy Biz, who was a company that owned Marvel, putting out Marvel Legends style figures of characters like Conan the Barbarian, who Marvel didn't have the license to at the time.
Oh, wonderful.
Savage Dragon, I think, got a figure in that line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I do recall, yes.
But I mean, we've got an example here of
just how far Marvel Legends have come, basically.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get out Hillbilly Jim out of the way there.
There you are. I will hand you this. Oh, right. I'll just move this closer to the camera. I don't know if you can see that, folks. So what we have there is Professor Charles Xavier from X-Men in the Marvel Legends range. The sculpt on this is absolutely fantastic. And those two gold halves obviously form his
Hover chair.
His floating hover chair.
Honestly, and also too, how awesome was it to see Patrick Stewart in that hover chair in Doctor Strange?
That was a treat.
Oh.
That was a treat. So yes, this was a timely release too. So yeah,
indeed.
but we Marvel Legends, they've come in leaps and bounds.
Knocked it out of the park. I mean, even looking at that Thor we had up on screen a minute ago, it's flawless.
If you happened into an EB Games or a Toy World at the moment, and you happen to see the current She-Hulk figure from the Marvel Legends range, also sort of 6-inch scale, you will see what I mean, folks. The sculpt on that is just mind-blowing.
So no, the show's pretty good too.
The show is great too.
Yeah.
I just wish the episodes were longer.
Yeah. It's one of those shows where you start it and it feels like 5 minutes have gone by and it's over. And like it's a 45-minute show, isn't it?
Half an hour.
Half an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
And you really would like it just goes like that.
But yeah, She-Hulk, a good time. And the toys, yeah.
Oh, incidentally, who's up for the Wong and Madison show? I know I am.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. 2 N's and a Y, but it's not where you think.
If you watch She-Hulk, you know exactly what we're talking about. But yes.
If you don't, you're probably wondering what the hell they're going on about.
That's just probably most episodes anyway.
Hey, John Paul.
Hello, John Paul.
Yes.
Welcome.
All right, so Marvel Legends into the Hall of Fame. It's
Indeed, that is our inductee. And honestly, it's been a long time coming. Marvel Legends has been a series that's been in development for a long, long time. And it's just gone from strength to strength to strength. And so it especially now, given that they're at sort of peak accuracy with their sculpts and whatnot, a lot of them are scanned, I would believe, would they?
I believe so, yes.
They do digitally scan the actors and whatnot.
Now, speaking, one thing, and just so we don't spend too much time on Marvel Legends, because we are already halfway through the episode.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Isn't it something that these scanned figures, there isn't much of a departure in quality between the scanned and the comic accurate ones?
There isn't much of a departure.
No,
there isn't. There isn't.
Just in terms of grade and quality of sculpt.
Yeah, yes. It's like it's sort of been Marvel Legends' way of saying, okay, yes, we can scan someone's face digitally and do, you know, a TV representation. Or
check what we can do with this Sleepwalker.
But we can still sculpt.
Yeah.
You know, we've still got, you know.
Anyway.
But yeah.
So progressing on, our next inductee is also from the world of comic books.
And a long time coming as well.
Oh, 100%. This will be a core memory for a lot of you.
This
particularly those of you who watched our vehicles episode last week.
This definitely deserves its day in the sun.
100%.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the Superpowers Batmobile. Check that thing out.
It just ticks all the boxes.
It absolutely does. It's comic accurate at the time. I mean, you look at the look on Batman's face. He is literally just in the process running over the Joker.
Literally just vibing.
Completely
right now.
just vibing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin, he's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. This is
and
fine.
It seeks
Batman's
two
just like,
characters.
Batman's like, yeah, I'm running over the Joker. What of it?
Yeah. Which would then become a rarity in Batmobiles in future releases for it to actually seat two characters. I mean, not until
the Toy Biz 89 Batmobile was a one-seater.
Yeah.
Bit of a rarity in toy vehicles at all to seat two characters. I mean, there's a Talon Fighter. There's no one else.
Yeah.
The Bonkmobile. That comes later.
Yeah. This was just exactly what we could have hoped for in a Batmobile for the Superpowers range from the mid 80s.
100%.
Right color, right aesthetic, and it just absolutely worked. And it was a great feature in and of itself. So yes, we've been waiting to give that a shout out for ages, guys. But
yeah, shout out literally last week.
That is it was a whole week ago. Yeah, that is one of our favorite toy vehicles of all time. So
I believe it's your turn to do an intro, Rod.
Oh, right. Yes. So some of you may remember we touched on board games, which, hey, we posit this. If you find it in a toy aisle, that means it's technically a toy. And that goes with board games. Now
you can find me in a toy aisle. Am I technically a toy?
You're a loophole. That's what you are. So am I. We can also be found in toy aisles, but not in a creepy way.
Anyway, we're in a toy shop right now.
Have you been asked? Oh, you're just shopping for your kid, and been like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, walked out of the 24-hour Kmart net with an arms full of Transformers in about 2008, 2009 or so. Oh, your kid's going to be happy.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Anywho, back onto board games. Now, we looked at some turkeys, but again, time to shout out the good ones. And here is one that I'm denied about for a long time. And honestly, I can't fault it. Can you
I
fault
sold
it,
my
Mike?
kid to pay for this stuff. I really can't.
Here it is, folks. A time-honored classic, by the way, of Pluto.
Known as Clue in the States.
That's it.
Because apparently Americans can't cope with an extra 2 letters.
Oh, I actually don't know why it's called Pluto here.
Well, I mean, I imagine it's, Clue, it's a board game like Ludo.
Ludo was a beast from Labyrinth, was he not?
It was also a board game.
Okay.
So
yes.
I think now we know why the Americans can't cope with the extra 2 letters.
Or me, apparently.
Hmm.
Now, yes, Pluto, time-honored classic. In prep for tonight's episode, I discussed Pluto
Meet the new suspect, Dr. Orchid.
with Mike and even some friends, and we just can't fault it. It's just good old-fashioned whodunit fun.
Yeah.
You know what? It's clear bonk for me. This was a classic growing up. I believe they've actually tweaked it somewhat. So word is that the key is to try and find a classic edition if you can. Sorry to hear that they might have just
disappointed.
tweaked the game over the years in
It's disappointing.
just annoying enough. But I hope that's not the case. But yeah, I had a copy from like the 70s and 80s, and it was the bomb.
Now, our final inductee for the Toys on Trial Hall of Fame here. This one's a bit of an outlier, in my opinion. Like, it's a toy that was available only in Japan, and it's Disney. It's from the Disney universe.
It's pretty cool, guys. You won't be disappointed.
Check this mofo out.
Now,
Ladies and gentlemen, officially licensed by Disney and produced by Hasbro, we have the Donald Duck Transformer.
that is amazing. How big is that? It looks pretty
actually
sizable.
not that big. No, it's
Really?
only about 4 or 5 inches tall.
Oh, okay.
Now check this out though. This is something pretty cool. Like, you've got Donald Duck behind the wheel there, and then you've got Donald Duck up there piloting it.
That's amazing.
This is a piloted mech on a skateboard.
Now, Mike, you might be able to tell me this. Given this was like a co-license thing, this was a Disney Hasbro thing, did it actually have Transformers markings in its packaging?
Yes.
It did. It did. It actually had the Transformers logo and whatnot.
Yep.
So that would be an Autobot, surely.
Well, I mean, it's got the little Donald Duck logo on it. It's complicated. It's got the little Donald Duck logo on the front there that looks very much like an Autobot symbol.
Indeed.
It's got like a little G2 Autobot look to it.
Indeed. I don't get Decepticon vibes terribly from this color scheme at all.
Obviously from the Bayverse. And...
If only far too colorful for the Bayverse. Everything
But
was
honestly,
drab.
and look, I've actually seen this thing in real life. There's a shop in Chapel Street that sells a lot of Japanese Transformers, and
Oh, beautiful.
they had it. Yeah, I'll take you there one time.
Yep. Attempting buy. I think it's cool. The Transformers fan, and I do like Disney. Sure.
It's a Quackabot. Yes, it is.
A Quackabot. That appeals to me.
Oh my God, who is coughing during the show? What an absolute monster! Apparently, our production assistant is unwell this week.
Absolutely. It's we're in Melbourne, guys, so the weather's still sketchy at best.
Why am I only
So,
wearing a shirt?
indeed. A lot of
Probably because
changes.
Deadpool over there is holding my jacket.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
But I believe
And that brings us to the close of our Hall of Fame for the episode.
Yeah, these were the best things we came across this season, folks. All themed, of course. So we went through vehicles, board games, DC, Marvel, Disney, dinosaurs, and wrestling.
Now it's time to bring out the tabs.
The moment you have all been waiting for, folks. Which one was the turkey? What was
Starscream, Thundercracker, Darkwing Duck. Let's get Decepticon.
How was that? Did that sound all
That
right?
was pretty good. Not bad. Not
I've
bad.
been practicing that for about 30
30
years.
All right. So our first contender for the
Oh,
coveted Golden Rammy.
okay.
And we want to hear your opinions on this, guys. Who deserves it? Who's been unjustly bonked?
Indeed.
Your first contender, and this one's, we're starting out strong here.
We're going back to board games for this one.
Yeah, this one, we discussed this during our board game episode. It sells an experience on the box that it just doesn't deliver.
Amen. Could
And
not put that better.
this particular game, I actually saw it in Big W a couple of days ago.
And what did it say on the box, Mike?
What did it say on the box, Rod? It said, now with easier setup. Mousetrap.
I find it's about 35 years too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even the oldest box I could find for Mousetrap. There was one that even looked older.
Yeah. Big overture, little show, guys. I'm sorry, but Mousetrap it looks great. The ad was great. More trouble than it's worth. You set it up, and half the time that that net triggers itself.
What say you, Judge Simon LeBonc?
I'm sorry.
Ooh, that was hard.
But of all the board
Sorry,
games
Bob.
we looked at this season, Mousetrap takes it.
Yep. Okay, now a second contender for the Golden Rammy. Now, yeah, this is from the Marvel Universe. We discussed it. We were disturbed by it. This is the famous Covers Aunt May.
Hide your kids. No, this is
My
not fuel.
God, that thing is terrifying.
Absolutely.
Aunt May is played by Michael Berryman.
Really? Yes. Michael Berryman, lovely horror actor. You may have seen him in The Hills Have Eyes.
Yep.
Now, yeah, that's a good call, actually.
Yeah.
But you could not pay me to own this thing, Mike. I would own it under one stipulation. Do you know what that is?
What's that?
That I could take this to a convention and convince Gary Busey to sign it. Now, if
what
I'm paying for
WTF did they do to Aunt May? That's an excellent question.
And the arms, they go down to the knees just about.
Yeah, honestly, that's. I don't know if you ever saw the telemovie Desperation.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, do I
sort
want
of extended limbs, that sort of thing, you know. Sort of, if Aunt May was the love child of Gary Busey and Ron Perlman.
Yeah, obviously.
Ugh.
But less Maine Coon looking. Yeah, guys, you couldn't pay me to own this. Again, unless I was getting it signed by Gary Busey. I'll speak of the devil and he may appear.
I like a woman with arms that go all the way down.
Oh, well,
Honestly, I know. My
yeah.
God.
No.
All right, yeah.
No.
Can you do the honors?
Oh, please, yeah.
Okay, stop it. You'll concuss the chicken.
Look at us. It scares me, okay?
All right, so our next contender for the Golden Rammy comes from the DC Universe. In fact, this is a rare twofer for us here on Toys on Trial.
Oh,
we have a tiny little picture of the Laughing Gas Joker.
Oh, God,
from
this
the
figure,
Batman, from the Batman Legends of the Dark Knight collection. And you want to know something awesome?
What's that?
This figure traveled a long way to be with us today. Here he is.
Oh, my God. I hate it.
Check this thing out. The Joker was never this tanky.
No. And it's not even real muscle. It's the Joker in a Joker trench coat. What is that? Is he sort of like huddling like this or whatever?
Well, if you look,
he's holding a bomb.
He's holding a laughing gas bomb. So it's the suicide bomber Joker, or the unalive bomber Joker.
So clearly, a literal metaphor of finding the psychotic within. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to put this back together because...
and that's another thing, folks. Getting this figure back together is honestly a bit of a pain.
It was pretty easy. Yeah.
Well, this time was, yeah. But
see, Bonk's trying to eat it. That's how bad it is.
The Legends of the Dark Knight range was, aside from Scarecrow,
that Scarecrow was brilliant.
Pretty much miss, with Joker being one of the chief.
Well, as I think we discussed during the DC episode, Kelly Jones, who was the artist for the Batman Vampire series, which is all very exaggerated and very horror based. Batman's ears came all the way up to here. My hands are off camera right now. That's how high the ears were.
This is big ears.
Yeah.
Bigger than mine.
So, and during the No Man's Land storyline, they actually brought Kelly Jones onto mainline Batman.
Oh.
So you had this Batman that was like complete vampire pose, like, sitting on the top of police headquarters, just shooting the breeze with Commissioner Gordon. It's like, it just didn't work.
But hey, if you need this for your collection,
it's available for just $29 here at Aaron's Collectibles.
Yep. Shop 3 number 1 Main Street.
Now, our second inductee into the Hall of Shame contender for the Golden Rammy for the DC line.
Oh, I feel like DC just can't get a break.
Yeah, I mean,
but this
is what they get for not releasing the Batman movie.
Exactly. We couldn't not mention this, folks, just because it defies all common sense and logic, especially for a smart puppy like Batman. Take a look at this, folks.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Nightstar Batmobile. And as we discussed during our was this a DC or the Vehicles episode we talked about this thing?
I think the Vehicles episode. More like I saw Batmobile.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. This thing's causing accidents up and down Gotham City Highway. Like, it's so bright, it will blind any passing motorist. Batman has zero peripheral vision. The way he's sitting, he's looking up at the sky. What is going on there?
And it completely undermines everything about Batman, which is about, secrecy, covertness,
Not
discretion.
using guns, but apparently missiles are just fine.
Oh, yeah, sure, whatever. Gotham City government will pay for that, no worries. Yeah, honestly, no. I'm sorry. That's just rubbish. Not for me.
So this is actually where we take a break between seasons, just to give the chicken a chance to heal up.
Yeah.
It's its own bat signal. It absolutely is.
It absolutely is. You don't need you're driving around in that. We can see you from Kuwait.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need no bat signal.
So yeah, guys in the comments, if you've got any suggestions for the Golden Rammy winner,
So far,
do let us know. But Rod, this was one you actually suggested for the pro wrestling theme, and I can kind of see why.
Yeah, this is just wrong town, folks. I mean, why?
Yeah.
What kid was sitting there asking for this? Just No, not for me.
Last time I was in Comics R Us, they actually still had a few of these.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Folks,
Look at that.
What you are looking at is maximum sweat. That's
What
right,
you are
maximum
looking at
sweat.
is what happens with a lifetime of anabolic steroids.
Absolutely. If you saw our wrestling episode, you'll remember these. But honestly, we thought that was so garbage.
If you recall, we had the steroid joker-meter.
We did. How many was that? About 4 or 5?
Up to about 6, I think.
Yeah, a lot of steroid jokes. None so far, yeah. But yeah, we had to bring these back.
The Road Dog, I mean, apart from that being a hideous photo of him, dripping with collectible goodness, apart from that being a hideous photo of the guy, he wasn't that big a dude.
Yeah.
Not like The Undertaker.
The concept alone makes this our entry for the wrestling episode, guys. This is just bollocks.
Look at that face, too. I mean,
I'm too scared to ask what's in that official sweat.
Yeah. Some mysteries are better left to the toy aisle, Rodney.
Absolutely.
Roid Rage, yep.
Yeah. Roid Rage, WWF.
They actually brought out a game called WWF Road Rage at one point. It was like,
they did. Oh, that was a bit close to
yeah,
a bit close to the bone on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, these figures are truly they're disgusting, frankly. So yeah.
Yeah. That's
you want to do the honors or should
I? No, I think you're right.
Judge Bonk. Yeah. No, absolutely gross.
And now moving on to, because of course we tried to do one for each. Tried to do something for each theme this episode. Dinosaurs, the official sweat, official roids. We tried to, so
try eating with that in mind.
We're not going to spend too much time on this, but there's cheap, plastic, non-scientifically accurate dinosaur. I think we actually had that one.
I feel thoroughly misrepresented.
Like that. See, even Klaus is mad.
These are just offensive.
There's not even a velociraptor there.
No, it's not a velociraptor's uncle.
I mean, we've got a couple of Tyrannosaurs. We've got what looks, I don't know what the hell that is. Dilophosaurus. We've got Stegosaurus there. Yeah, it might be an Allosaurus.
You know what they call Allosauruses?
Hello.
Don't eat so much chick. It's not a regional dialect. They're like, hello.
Yeah, the ancestors of the worm from Labyrinth.
Oh right, yes. Yes, yeah. No, these are absolutely offensive to me. I did not care for these at all. Yeah.
Well, Klaus, would you like to do the honors?
Oh, no, I get a bonk.
You
I
do
get a bonk. Lovely.
There you go.
Okay. Ooh. He's trying, guys.
Yep. Good lad.
How was that?
Yeah, that was perfect, Klaus.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, delightful job.
My folks always said I had talent.
The orange one. Always choose the orange one. All right, so let's get these off screen before I'm eaten by an angry velociraptor.
Well, fair enough. No, not me. I'm vegetarian. We should think about this.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Oh, Klaus, you try.
No, I try.
So up next, from the Vehicles episode, and this was another one of Rod's suggestions here. Do you want to introduce it?
No. Can I introduce it?
You can absolutely introduce it, Klaus.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the pizza thrower. What's a pizza?
Not this episode.
Pizza. Oh, that's a pizza of a joke, isn't it? No, a pizza, I believe you said.
Yes.
This is not a vehicle at all. This is a food.
Rolling waste of food.
This is food slap in the facery. Is that a word?
Is now.
Okay, this is not a vehicle. It seats one turtle alone, and he's sitting in a pizza box. I don't know if you can see that, ladies and Germans, but if you see the pizza box, there is a pizza in the box. So we were sitting on the pizza and throwing pizzas. This is disgusting waste.
Disgraceful.
No, not for me at all.
And we're going to leave it alone that this toy was also incorporated into the chicken run line as Mr. Tweedy's chicken pie thrower.
Ugh.
And of course, chickens being the descendants of dinosaurs.
Yes. And less said about that, the better. Oh boy, so embarrassing. Yes.
You know who's really annoyed about that?
Who me? Oh, the bonk!
This guy!
Oh yes.
I didn't even have to do that.
Did he just bonk himself?
He just bonked himself.
Oh, you're tender boy.
Yes.
I'm getting out of here. This is just too unsightly for me.
All right, farewell, class.
Good luck, folks.
You will come back for the awarding of the Golden Rammy, though, won't you?
Of course.
Delightful.
I mean, I'm wearing a bow tie.
All right, so, and I believe our final contender for the Golden Rammy this year.
Oh, guys, if you saw our Disney episode, you will definitely remember this. Oh.
This thing gives you nightmares. This thing is truly terrifying. And it is... as soon as I find my mouse pointer.
Now, remember, this toy's crime was being far too good and far too effective.
Far too memeable.
Yes.
This is the Revoltech Woody, otherwise known as the Creepy Woody version 1.5.
Yes, also known as Sex Pest Woody and the most corruptible toy of all time.
In fact, I believe we have some examples of how corruptible this particular toy was.
That's right. If you missed the Disney episode, folks, we're going to take you back through some of our horrific findings.
Wow.
Yes. Now, this toy is pure evil.
Yeah, that's
hilariously evil.
Terrifying.
But I would not give this to a kid. Would you, Mike?
I would absolutely not give that to a kid.
No.
So
you've seen what it does. You've seen it in the hands of adults. This is just,
So this actually isn't a Revoltech Woody. This is just a
revolting Woody.
Slightly more innocent Woody, but nonetheless, it's getting bugged. It's getting bugged anyway.
Guilty by association.
Yep.
Yeah. Creepy Woody. I mean, they call it Creepy Woody. It's known more through the internet as Creepy Woody than Revoltech Woody. Did you know that? It's got whole subreddits devoted to it. Yeah. I'm sorry.
All right,
huge contender for us.
So contenders for the Golden Rammy, I think we've narrowed it down to 2, and we would like your help in deciding a final winner, unless we just give it to both of them. It's either going to be Gary Busey, Aunt May, or Creepy Woody.
Indeed.
Revolting Woody, yes. But in the meantime, I believe we have slightly controversial.
We do have an honorary mention. Now, we're going to talk about this while you guys chime in the comments and let us know which of the two are going to take the Golden Rammy.
It's either Gary Busey, Aunt May, or Creepy Woody.
Creepy Woody or Gary Busey, Aunt May. While you decide, and please let us know.
One vote for Gary right there.
One vote for Gary. Excellent. Keep them coming, guys. Now, while you do that, I will let Mike introduce this.
Now, the way this show came about was Rod and I basically chilling in the store one day. Auntie Busey was basically Rod and I chilling in the store one day, and we were saying how funny it'd be if somebody just picked the worst toys imaginable off the shelf and completely ranked on them. Now, the thing with toys is sometimes they just get so horrendously offensive and horrendously terrible.
Before we show you what we're about to show you, worth noting,
viewer discretion is advised.
They were all packaged like this.
Yeah.
Mike, do the honors.
Yeah, viewer discretion is advised. This is a little bit beyond the pale. The Yellow Ranger Trini. Now, leaving aside the fact that Trini was the one Power Rangers character that was Asian and decked out in yellow. I mean, look at this back thing here. When the world is safe once again, dress Trini in her shorts and vest outfit and Kimberly in her pink mini dress. Brush out their beautiful hair and they're ready for high school where they always get straight A's and dazzle all the boys.
You know what, Mike? I'll get right on top of that. Once I put Trini's arm down. What is wrong with this picture, folks? Come on. This is not 1945 Berlin.
Honestly, that was a choice and it wasn't a good one.
And a choice across all of them. They were all packaged like that. I'm sorry, but having your figure wave, your doll wave, is not a good idea unless you have elbow articulation. No. I'm sorry. This just raises far too many questions. and we have been aching for a chance to call out this toy for a very long time. And as Mike said, this was literally one of the inspirations for our concept. So you finally get to meet it, guys. Problematic Trini.
Okay,
Racist
right.
Trini.
You know what? We're going to do something we've never done before.
What's that?
We're going to do the red double bonk.
The red double bonk.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Go
3,
team.
2, 1.
In fact,
We've decapitated the
we
chicken.
bonked it so hard we just broke Bonk's head. You know, that's actually quite apt. I'm all for that. I think that's good.
Yeah, he's better now.
But yes, this is available for $59.
All right, so
at
we
Aaron's
have...
Collectibles.
he's fine, folks.
Great conversation piece. Now, if we're going to check our comments,
Indiana Jones would not tolerate this toy. You're damn right he wouldn't.
no.
And I've got a
This
cabinet.
does not belong in a museum.
I've got a cabinet full of Indiana Jones behind me.
Yeah.
So, controversial toys aside, I'm seeing a lot of votes for Gary Busey, Aunt May.
I think it's
Not a
unanimous
lot
almost.
for Creepy Woody.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The winner of the Golden Rammy for season 2 of Toys on Trial.
I think we should bring up a picture just
I
to
think
really
think
ram
we
it
should.
home. Get it
Oh,
rammed,
my
Rammy.
God.
Yeah, I'm here all week. Enjoy the veal. Yep. The people have decided, folks.
The people's choice for the Golden Rammy winner, joining the TMNT Flush-O-Matic.
Which is still available, by the way.
Is it still over there?
Yep, come get it.
Oh, okay.
Our
I
season
thought it
2
sold.
Golden Rammy winner, Hall of Shame,
Say winner.
is the...
Gary
God-awful.
Busey famous covers Aunt May.
Oh, congratulations, you awful, awful, awful toy. Oh, boy. Now, someone has just thrown a black rose at me. Okay. There it is, folks.
Yep.
Now, the black rose signifies, I guess, congratulations. Oh, do a victory tango, Mike. Do a victory tango. But yes,
A rose
this
for me.
is now yours, Aunt May. God rest your Gary Busey soul. Yes.
No, he's not gonna hold it.
Yes.
There we go.
Somewhere Marissa Tomei is laughing very, very loudly, I'm sure. And there we have it, folks. There it is, a wrap on season 2. I want to thank you so much for joining us. We have had an absolute blast.
It's been a good time.
Thank you for Aaron's Collectibles for hosting us week after week. Please come by the shop. We are shop 3, number 1, Main Road.
Yes, that's
Main
right.
Street, Main Street, Blackburn, of course. Thank you, Sci-Fi Zone, our back end. Dags, thanks so much.
Sarah, our production assistant, thank you.
Sarah Cooper. Couldn't have done this without you. And to all your viewers, viewers rather.
Your viewers.
Your viewers.
If you want to see a season 3 of Toys on Trial, let us know.
Let us know. We would love to be back to bring you more content, more goofs, more toys, and probably
Champagne comedy.
and probably
Or
even some
sugar
slightly
comedy.
more class. Yeah, more of me, please. I would love to see you guys again. You guys are wonderful. Yes, thank you. Lovely. Awesome. Yes, thank you. Oh, Pats. I love Pats. I love Pats. 70 million years without Pats. Oh, good Lord. Yes. Oh, thank you. Is this my camera? Yes. Thank you. Love you. Yes, thank you. Yes, very good. Yes. Oh. Okay, very good. Yes, okay. And
Good effort on the landing there.
I'm a vegetarian, but there's a limiter. Love you all. Okay, good night. Take care, guys. Hope to see you soon. Court adjourned.